Hello, Just Too Good here, back with another video, and today I'm reviewing the LEGO Creator 2016 Lakeside Lodge set. It has 368 pieces, one minifigure, and retails for $30 in the United States. Now let's take a look at the minifigure, but we're going to be taking a look at all three builds in this one video, so stay tuned. And here's a minifigure of the set. Not really too interesting. It uses one of those newer face prints. I think it was released in like 2014 if I'm correct, or maybe even 2013. And I like his old jacket, even though it's an old print. It's one that doesn't appear too often nowadays. And I like his nice little hairpiece. So here's the main build, and it's a Lakeside Lodge. It's the biggest of the three builds by a long shot. It's like double the size of any of the other ones. And it has probably getting the most hype because it is the title set. And it has this nice little moose fig right here. Hey guys, I'm back. And I like how it's a brick-built moose. It kind of comes out pretty well. I like how they're using the little ice cream cone pieces, as I call them, or that's really how they started, in kind of an inverted way, and using studs not on top techniques with the little circular round 1x1 tiles as his legs. And you get 4 of those, and it makes him stand quite well. And his whole head is posable because it's on a little hinge part. And you also got these little kind of horns right here, which you could also move as well. So that's pretty neat for its build. It's very creative, so I like that. But the Lakeside Lodge itself is much like the one that was released in 2011, which it's quite a simple build, but it's still pretty effective, especially for its price. And it uses most of the pieces, actually, compared to the other builds. So you got this little kind of pond area right here. And I like how they're using those little circular 2x2 tile pieces with a little hole in the middle attached with some of those little flower top pieces so it looks like lily pads. You got a little bucket right here, and even this little lounge chair, which is the same build as one of the other houses in this 3-in-1 build. So they just kind of took that build and used it here. They also have a little roasting part for the fish, and you could easily open up the house like this. Inside, there's not anything too interesting to see, but there's some cool little builds. They also give you this printed little mail piece right here, which is always a pleasure to get. But that's been around since, like, what, 2001 with the Harry Potter original line. But you can see there's a little bed build, kind of an area for writing. And then you even got a little kind of cooking area. And I like how they use this piece right here, the cooking pan, with a little flower piece. So maybe it looks like he's kind of cooking some eggs or something like that, scrambled eggs or sunny side up eggs. I don't know. It's kind of a clever way to use that flower piece. Then you even got this little kind of shelf right here, which connects to this opening area with a little cup and a jar of something. But you could easily close it up like that. And you can see on the side of the house, or really the front of the house, they have this little door right here. They have a little shovel, a light, a little lumberjack part with a nice kind of hatchet right there. A nice little window, and even a little, it looks like a kind of a tree right here. Not too big, but still quite a nice build. And you go all the way around, and you can see there's even some nice little windows on the back like this. So pretty simple build, but very effective, like I say all the time. And it's the biggest of the 3 builds, but it's still pretty easy to build, so don't worry. And you can see all the plates they use on the bottom right there. So that's it for this build. And now on to the next. And I forgot to mention it, but for that build, the minifigure has this nice little brick-built fishing pole. So he could go fishing probably on a little swamp area right here. Alright, so here is the first build we'll take a look at, which is the Observatory type lodge. You got the front area right here. It has a flag and everything like that. Then you could open it, and there's this doorway right here, which doesn't have much to this part of the opening, but this half right here actually has a little bit of a dining area where it has a nice seat, and then you got like a little table with a letter and cup. You can close the sucker up like that, and yeah, I mean, it's a very simple build. And on the back, you have a little bit of a part right here where it represents sort of like a ladder or stepping stones to climb up to the top of the little lodge, and you can put the minifigure up there, and you can look into this nice little telescope part, which is like the main build of this whole, I guess, lodge right here's roof area, because it kind of makes it into a little bit like of an observatory where he's staring off into the sky. And then they have the little side part right here, which has a little bit of what looks to be like some gutter pipes or something like that. So, simple build, pretty effective, like how it came out. And now on to the next build of the Lakeside Lodge. And the last of the builds is this little river build, or river house, and I quite like the design of this because you got this little sandy area, and then it leads onto this river area, which is kind of blocked off by these little rocks right here. So that's kind of a cool, neat design. And the actual build for the house is very, very small. I like the design of the 3 windows right here. It gives it kind of a more modern look to a kind of log cabin. And if you go all the way to the 360-degree view, you could see that once you open it up inside, it's a very small house, but it includes a little study. And you can see I already put the minifigure in there on that little lounging chair, which is quite a nice build. I like how it came out. It's clever, it's simple, and effective. And then the actual minifigure uses this little stick right here as kind of like a guide stick or whatever. So that's kind of a cool little thing, or hiking stick, that's a better word for it. And I also like how on the study above it, they have this little fish right here, which is kind of cool. It's like a little prize fish that he hung up. And then the doorway right here just has a doorway, but it also has a little table that holds a cup, which I think is quite sweet. So once you close that up, I mean, like I said, what you see is really what you get here. There's a little torch right out here, which is something that I guess would indicate that this is maybe the house at night. So they could use the torch as like a light source. And they kind of indicate that on the instruction booklet. For the roof, it's a very simple design, but you can see how it looks up there. I also like how they have a little bit of curving under the roof that kind of makes it for a little bit of a blocking for this little door right here, so that maybe when it's raining, you know, there won't be any rain in the doorway. So that's kind of neat as well. So that's it for all the builds, and now let's go on to box and the final verdict. So here's the box for the set, $30 box size, and on the back you have all the little builds. And then, of course, it comes with 3 instruction booklets. And I kind of like some of the other ones, not in the main one. But look, I like how it has a little kind of sky, kind of starry night kind of design on both of these. That looks so beautiful. But yeah, now on to the final verdict. So overall, this set is a winner. I mean, these LEGO Creator houses usually never do wrong. And this one is a lot like the Lakeside Lodge that was released a few years ago in terms of the colors and everything. But I think that one had a little bit bigger of a build compared to this one for, I think it was about $10 more because it was about $40. This one's $30. But this one's kind of like a downsized version of that. And it works for what it is. All 3 builds are interesting in their own rights. But I think the winner is the main build because not only is it the biggest, but it has the most features to it. Which is kind of sad. I wish the other ones had as much features as this one did. But I understand they have to use certain pieces and stuff like that and keep the cost down. But yeah, 368 pieces for $30 is good. The minifigure doesn't use too many common pieces, so it's not too bad. And I like a lot of the little surprises, like the little moose right here, which is just a really cool build. So I'll give it an A. It's not perfect, but it's a pretty darn good set for what it is. So I'll see you guys later. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. You can express your thoughts on the set down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys later.